From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Tuesday morning, folks. We got some big time fire weather in front of us. Dangerous fire weather in the valleys for today and tomorrow, but I'm more so concerned about all the lightning chances that we're going to have from Wednesday through Sunday, especially up in the mountains, and our smoke is even going to pick up as we head into tomorrow night. Okay, the air quality not looking that bad, at least for now, but I do think this map is going to look a little bit worse for this evening and then a lot worse by tomorrow evening. Already a little bit gusty in the Kittitas Valley, not so much for the rest of us, but those winds will be picking up in the Yakima Valley a little bit later this evening. Right now, temperatures in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations. Doesn't feel all that bad outside, and a little bit later today we're going to end up in the low 90s in the Tri-Cities. So it's going to be another day where lower elevation is going to end up around 90 degrees, going with that alert day for the winds in the valleys, and we'll step you through the active fires that are still burning on the map coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now in Yakima, an armed man barricaded inside the BMO Bank. Multiple law enforcement agencies had their weapons drawn. Plus, the city of Toppenish is searching for a new city manager. A consultant is working with city council and staff to identify the city's current needs and challenges. Plus, the city of Yakima is dealing with a drought for the 4th year in a row. How this is affecting farmers and people's yards as well.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Tuesday morning, and thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis, and to get this started off, we're going to take it back on over to Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth now with the latest on the fires. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. We'll start off with the Three Queens fire that is burning to the north of Lake Cochise. It's almost 3,000 acres at this point, and it's still very active all over this fire's perimeter. And we did see expanded evacuations yesterday afternoon. This level 3 Go Now area was expanded a little bit further to the west. You can find this exact boundary posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com. Okay, we'll take you from the Cascades all the way over to the Blues, where the Hagen fire is now very close to 50,000 acres. It is only 11% contained, and it's still the southern and really the northeastern pocket of this fire now that continued to be very active. And for that reason, we also saw expanded evacuations for this fire yesterday. Now, Tollgate and Bingham Springs, both under that level 3 Go Now. And the eastward extent of this goes to the east of Oregon 204 in Union County. And there's still that big time closure to Oregon 204. The entire length of the highway is shut down from Weston to Elgin. So as long as this is shut down, we're going to continue to talk about it because that is a very big deal. All right, the final fire that we'll talk to you about is also in the Blue Mountains to the north of the Hagen fire. It's a much smaller fire, but still, it's 3,000 acres. This is the Paradise fire that is burning right at the confluence of Walla Walla County, Wallowa County, Union County, and Umatilla County. And so it's on the eastern flank of the fire. Union County is not involved with this fire. It's Wallowa, Umatilla, Walla Walla, and Columbia County. But it's the eastern side of the fire that continues to be problematic. And so we are seeing those evacuations in place at level 2. Be set evacuations for southeastern Walla Walla County, northeastern Umatilla County, that little slice of Columbia County in that level 1 be ready evacuation zones. Again, you can find all of these zones posted online at applevalleynewsnow.com for more fire coverage. Let's go back to Zoe.
For this community, undoubtedly this will have to go down as one of the greatest tragedies in Spokane's history. There's no two ways around that. And I think for this part of our state, zooming out, it is going to unfortunately potentially be our most disastrous fire season of all.
Governor Bob Ferguson declared that the fires burning across the state are one of the most disastrous fire seasons the state has ever experienced. This comes after Ferguson declared a public health emergency for the impacted counties on Friday. There are currently several fires burning in Washington state and in Oregon state. Over into your crime alert this morning, a 29-year-old Yakima man is under arrest after trying to rob a bank Monday night. It happened at the BMO Bank on 6th Street in Yakima just before 5 p.m. According to witnesses, the man walked into the bank and pulled out a large knife. Everyone in the bank was able to get out safely, leaving the man inside. Law enforcement agencies from Yakima and from all around Yakima County responded. The man surrendered shortly after 7 o'clock. He is facing charges of robbery, assault, and computer trespass. Yakima police say no one was hurt. People who live along North 57th Street in Terrace Heights, they say that they have been experiencing illegal activity for years. Nick Udell lives in Terrace Heights, and he says the area is seeing a lot of illegal activity. But the city and county has yet to address these concerns to the public. Tire marks from drag races, graffiti being explicitly used on sidewalks, and trash are just some of the concerns that Udell says residents are dealing with.
It got significantly worse when there was a neighbor that had someone living with them or a child that went to social media and started pointing out this area being the viewpoint. That's been probably within the last couple years.
He is turning his frustration into action and is working on a project which will require job site floodlights, with portions of the work being done at night. This is to protect homes and prevent reckless driving. Still over into Yakima County, where the city of Toppenish is moving forward with its search for a new city manager following the departure of former city manager Dan Ford. Ford left the position July 15th, with Assistant City Manager Adam Vaughn serving as interim city manager since July 16th. Right now, city officials say a consultant is working with City Council and staff to identify the city's current needs and challenges, along with what they want to see in Toppenish's next city manager. Vaughn says that information will be used to develop the job posting, which the city expects to release sometime in mid-August.
It'll probably be posted for about 6 weeks. Then we'll do the interview process. So it'll be a couple of months, but we're right in the middle of working through that.
He says that City Council will be involved in interviewing candidates as the search moves forward. The Yakima Basin is still dealing with the effects of a water drought for the 4th year in a row now. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with city officials on what this water drought means for the Yakima residents.
For families across the Yakima Basin, a hot summer often means sprinklers, backyard play, and trying to keep the yard from turning brown. But this year, the water behind those irrigation systems is still limited. The Yakima Basin is in its 4th consecutive year of drought. The Bureau of Reclamation says winter snowpack was less than half of normal, leaving less water to share through the summer.
We don't have the ability to meet all those demands. And so we then have to prorate some of the proratable districts, the junior districts, and that is that 58% number that we just released for August.
In the Tri-Cities, that means the Kennewick Irrigation District is asking customers to keep following its voluntary watering schedule.
We anticipate continuing the use of our voluntary watering schedule for the remainder of the irrigation season. We don't anticipate moving into a mandatory restriction. However, conditions can and do change.
Bureau of Reclamation officials tell me that while there was a 2% jump from July to August amongst junior water rights holders, they tell me that the Yakima Valley is still in its 4th consecutive year of drought.
All of this goes beyond backyard sprinklers. Water in the basin supports farmers that produce local food, communities, and fish habitat. That means the drought can affect things families see every day, from the landscape around their homes to the agricultural economy that helps drive the region.
Build up the needs of all the partners in the basin, working with the fisheries groups, the irrigators, and the local municipalities to find ways to use the water that's available here, knowing that weather patterns can be irregular and things can change. We can be in a drought, we could have floods, and we find a way to best use that water for delivering it to the users.
And while this irrigation season is not over, officials are already watching for the rain and snow that will help shape next year's water outlook.
The new official water year begins on October 1st. And so our planning starts, it starts really now. And we watch the weather. We watch how the snowpack is doing through the full off season. We watch how much rainfall is filling the reservoirs.
For now, officials say voluntary conservation is the message, a small step for individual families that helps protect a limited resource for the entire basin. In Yakima, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
How much water will be available through the rest of the season will depend on things like rainfall, river flows, and how much water people exactly use. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest when we return, an incident in the New York Harbor on Saturday involving an unlicensed captain. Right now your time is 5:09. We're taking a live look out into the rodeo grounds out in Ellensburg this morning. Going into the rest of this week, we are looking at some smoke picking up. Find out more about that when we return here on Good Morning Northwest.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
This summer, turn moments into lifelong memories with Broadmoor RV. Feel the thrill of adventure and the warmth of togetherness. Explore the great outdoors with the comfort of home and let every adventure become a story worth sharing. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
In Tri-Cities Real Estate, one group stands above the rest. One group consistently ranks in the top 20% of the region's real estate agents. One group puts a full team of professionals backing your every move to get the best deal at every step. And one group with an award-winning team to give you more insights and help you make more educated decisions. So if you're ready to make your next move with certainty, there's really only one group for you.
Now at McDonald's, the under $3 menu gives people what matters most. More options.
And when the option is a McChicken for just $2, it feels absolutely necessary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Wednesday, big stars try to win big money for charity.
What's your gut instinct?
We don't know.
And don't miss an ending that no one saw coming.
We're going for $1 million.
The Emmy-winning Millionaire. Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I'll tell you what, the air quality was pretty good yesterday in the Tri-Cities. It's the clearest I've seen the skies look in a minute, but I don't think it's going to be here to last, as it looks as if the smoke is going to pick up tomorrow evening. So let's put this into motion with Futurecast surface smoke. For today, you see, we're still expecting that surge of smoke from the Three Queens fire. So downwind of that would be Ellensburg, the Tri-Cities, and Walla Walla. But it will thin out the further and further it strays from its origin point. Now watch what happens into tomorrow, okay? We're going to have that surface low pressure that's going to be associated with some of the thunderstorm chances that we'll talk about a little bit later in the show. There's going to be counterclockwise flow with that. So on the backside of that, northerly winds pushing the smoke to our north down to the south. So I think we're unfortunately going to start to see some of that widespread thick smoke and much tougher air quality as we head into tomorrow night. So here's what to do during stretches of poor air quality. Stay indoors if you can help it. Wear those protective masks like the N95 or the KN95. Use clean air filters. Watch for symptoms of smoke inhalation. You can find this list posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The saving grace this week is that temperatures aren't going to be half bad, as we'll be in the mid-80s today by lunchtime in the Yakima Valley, up around 90 degrees for the warmest part of the day. So in general, lower elevations, 80s and 90s, and they're really not going to budge all that much over these next 7 days. Okay, many concerns for fire danger over the coming days. We could see wind-driven fires. We could see lightning-induced fires as well. Talk about it all coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. Turning over into some national news now, where federal prosecutors have filed charges against the captain of a boat that capsized in New York Harbor over the weekend. 14 people were on board. A mother and her 5-month-old child were killed. Reed Binion has the story.
He was a good colleague. He would do anything for you, take the shirt off his back.
A colleague of a New York man whose wife and infant child were killed when a tour boat capsized, underscoring the pain the family is feeling right now.
Nobody should be going through this, especially Andres. All he wanted to do was have a family and live the dream.
The tragedy occurred in New York Harbor near the Statue of Liberty Saturday. Authorities say the crowded private vessel was more than 3 hours into a tour when the captain piloted the boat into a swell. It capsized, sending all 14 people on board into the water.
Port of New York Harbor near the Statue of Liberty, reporting people in the water.
Emergency crews and private vessels rushed to the scene to help. 12 people were pulled from the harbor, but for the 27-year-old mother and her 5-month-old daughter, it was too late. They were hospitalized in critical condition and later pronounced dead. 12 others were hospitalized, including the vessel's 46-year-old captain. Manuel Hernandez is now facing federal charges. He did not enter a plea during an initial court appearance Monday.
Would you like to say anything, Manuel?
Hernandez was released on a $50,000 personal recognizance bond. His attorney was contacted for comment. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
According to prosecutors, the captain was piloting the boat without proper licenses. Prosecutors also said there were no infant life vests on board. The survivors of the boat capsizing are in stable condition as of now. Coming up here next on Good Morning Northwest when we return, we are still in alert days going into today and tomorrow. What exactly that means for our region when we're looking at the fire danger concerns that we could be facing. Taking a live look out into the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg this morning. Find out exactly the temperatures you need to know for your neck of the woods when we return.
This is work. But this is Furniture Row. Work, Furniture Row. Work, furniture, well, you get it. And during the Labor Day sale, rewarding the rigors of your daily grind is easy. Save an extra $100 on every $1,000 you spend on sofas and sectionals, dining, bedrooms, and mattresses. Plus, check out special buys while they last. Celebrate your dedication to the job by taking a dedicated break. You deserve it. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office Thursday, September 10th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Is it lead in this protein powder too?
Is this sunscreen actually water resistant?
Why is peanut butter $2 more than last week?
And there's less.
You shouldn't have to question everything. For 90 years, Consumer Reports has been testing, reviewing, and advocating for you for answers you don't have to question. Consumer Reports. We never stop questioning.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is still bringing the heat with the final month of the $170,000 Summer of Fun and Games. All August, face the Cash Cube and grab as much cash as you can and win up to $1,000 every Friday and Saturday. And with more than $10,000 in cash and prizes awarded every weekend, you could be the next big winner. Saturday, August 29th at 10:30 p.m. Grab hold of your last chance to win big. 3 grand prize winners will play for up to $10,000 cash. More fun, more games, more ways to win at Wild Horse Resort and Casino.
They said Bigfoot don't get tired. Tell that to my knees after 20 years of ruck marches and VA-issued junk.
Rolling recon style now, thanks to Wheelchairs for Warriors. This chair's got attitude, just like my knees, only in the opposite direction.
This ain't charity. It's support fire.
for the home front. Yeti out! Stay frosty, civilians!
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
All right, folks, many alert days in front of us because of fire concerns. Let's just dive right into it. We'll have the potential for wind-driven fires in the valleys over the next couple days as it's still critically dry for lower elevations, level 4 out of 5 on our scale. And those wind gusts for today, specifically for the Kittitas and the upper Yakima Valley, we're thinking anywhere between 25 to 35 miles per hour. Pretty much a copy-paste forecast for tomorrow, at least in terms of the wind gusts. Okay, but personally, I'm much more concerned about the lightning-induced fire potential. We'll talk about that in a second, but here's how to prevent wildfires, specifically in an environment like today and tomorrow. Don't burn yard waste or toss cigarettes, drag trailer chains, park on dry grass, or shoot off fireworks. Now on to the potential for lightning-induced fires from tomorrow all the way through Sunday for the Cascades, for the Blues, and for the Blue Foothills, lightning over critically dry fuels. So across the board for Wednesday through Sunday, critically dry fuels, level 4 out of 5. Okay, we'll just step you through these lightning chances one day at a time. But before we do that, the catalyst for all this is this area of low pressure that's down in the desert southwest. You can see some of this green kind of swaying around it. That is monsoonal moisture, and that is going to really shoot the gap between these two areas of high pressure. And so we'll just be in that pattern from Wednesday through Sunday at least. Now remember, with the lightning chances, that key threshold, 20%, that's when the lightning fire chances start to become very tangible. We'll be at that threshold in the upper Yakima Basin of the Cascades, also for portions of the lower Columbia Basin on Wednesday. Then for Thursday, still concentrated mainly in the Cascades. For Friday, now both the Cascades and the Blues. For Saturday, look at the Blue Foothills getting in on the action. 20% lightning chances for Walla Walla, also up in the Cascades. Then for Sunday, it looks like most of this is going to shift over to the Blues. If we can get through this whole thing unscathed, that would be nothing short of a miracle. So you can see day by day, hour by hour lightning chances for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy Tuesday, smoky Wednesday, but the smoke especially picks up Wednesday evening. In Yakima, gusty with critically dry fuels through Wednesday, especially dangerous during the evenings. And then for Ellensburg, smoky due to the Three Queens fire, also some dangerous valley winds through Wednesday. For Hermiston, hazy today and tomorrow, then a chance for thunderstorms on Saturday. And finally, for Walla Walla, smoke picking up by Wednesday evening, then the alert day on Saturday for the chance of lightning fires.
Well, Josh, 7-day forecast looking like a lot of lightning chances throughout almost every part of the region.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in marching band. You were part of the dance line, so we understand the crescendo.
Yeah.
I think fire season is, I think it's crescendoing
Yeah,
this week.
absolutely is. All right, we'll still ahead here. When we return, do you need some new shows to watch? Well, your entertainment headlines will let you know exactly what shows are releasing soon when we return.
Slow or clogged drains? Don't wait until it gets worse. Campbell & Company clears stubborn clogs fast. It's our $93 or free guarantee. We'll clear any drain for just $93 or it's free. And our experts don't just unclog the line, they snake it thoroughly and use a video camera inspection to make sure it's clear the first time. No guesswork, no surprises, just dependable results you can trust. Campbell & Company, trusted in the Tri-Cities and Yakima since 1983. Visit trustcampbell.com.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty bowl on the ground that should have food in it. And it's very clear from the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
Welcome back to your entertainment news. Adam Driver and Miles Teller have teamed up for a new film.
Yeah, and Mad Men star Jon Hamm faces major drama in his latest series.
Here's Rick Damigella with today's Hollywood Minute.
It's New York. Everyone's on the take all the time.
Adam Driver and Miles Teller take on the mob. The pair play brothers in Paper Tiger and find themselves entangled with the Russian mafia in 1980s New York. Scarlett Johansson also stars in the drama, which arrives November 13th. Sharon Stone has been selected for the Creative Coalition's Humanitarian Awards. The event celebrates entertainers who have made an impact through leadership, community, and important causes. The actress was chosen for her work as Global Campaign Chair of AMFAR. John Stamos will also be honored for serving as a Child Help Ambassador. The event takes place September 10th in Los Angeles.
I'm the lead reporter on this story.
Fred, you are the story.
Jon Hamm hits the airwaves in American Hostage. The actor portrays a radio reporter who gets pulled into a hostage situation when the perpetrator demands to be interviewed live. The anthology thriller series premieres September 20th on MGM+. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
You are live.
Going back to that first story, I thought Adam Driver was Adam Devine in my head. You know who I'm talking about? The guy from Pitch Perfect.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, no way he's doing some serious role like that.
From Workaholics. Too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, now I know who Adam Driver is.
The more you know.
Yeah. All right, well, coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, the city of Pasco honors its World War II history. Plus, several Pasco High School athletic facilities are being renovated before the new school year. But before we get into those stories, here is this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Shake Shack cleaning up a pricing mess. It started with a viral video showing a couple being charged more for their order after not leaving a tip. Shake Shack says that's not company policy, and it says the problem was caused by a technology glitch at that specific airport location. Next, YouTube is making it more difficult for new content creators to cash in through its partner program. Starting next February, they will still need 1,000 subscribers to qualify, but other requirements for views and watched hours of content are doubling. And finally, a cyber attack targeting the gaming developer Valve. The company says personal data of some customers have been compromised. It's now warning Steam hardware owners in Europe to keep an eye out for scam messages. They say hackers could use the stolen information to trick customers. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
Protecting what you care about is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. That's why we have a plan to protect just about anything, like this car, up, and this awesome bike. The stuff in that apartment you're renting, it's protected. This golf cart, it's protected. Hey, don't worry, that phone's protected too. Protection for just about every part of life, no matter what kind of life you have. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate. Good boy.
Asthma triggers are always lurking, ready to attack. Get fast relief with Primatene Mist. Clinically shown to open airways quickly, it's the #1 doctor-recommended over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
What is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damp. Oh, damp.
Hey, language.
Damp Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp Rid.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Zoe Solis, and to get you ready to get out the door this morning, we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth with our big weather stories we need to know for this Tuesday. Josh?
Thank you, Zoe. Yes, we have alert days galore in front of us, at least through Sunday. We have the potential for wind-driven fires in the valleys through Wednesday, and then lightning fires up in the mountains and the foothills from Wednesday through Sunday. And unfortunately, it looks like the smoke is going to pick back up as we head into Wednesday night. All right, the air quality for now not looking too bad. It will look a little bit worse as we head into this evening, and then especially into tomorrow evening. Hey, at least the temperatures are kind of working towards us right now as we're in the 50s and 60s for lower elevations. Doesn't feel bad outside at all this morning. A little bit gusty in the Kittitas Valley later this evening. Those are going to spill down into the Yakima Valley just like they did yesterday evening. So the wind's going to be kind of stagnant for most of the day, but then they'll surge as we head into the mid to late evening. Peak gust in the Yakima Valley between 20 to 25 miles per hour. It's for that reason, that combination of critically dry fuels and those gusts, which is why we're going with alert days for both the Kittitas and the Yakima Valley. Speaking of fire concerns, let's walk you through the fires we still have burning on the map, starting off with the Three Queens fire in Kittitas County to the north of Lake Cochise. It is around 3,000 acres at this point. It is very active all over this fire's perimeter. And for that reason, we did see expanded level 3 go now evacuations yesterday, expanded further to the west. But these evacuation zones in general between Lake Cochise and Cle Elum Lake, you can find these full evacuation boundaries posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We take you from the Cascades all the way over to the Blues, where we have the Hagen fire, which is approaching 50,000 acres at this point. It's 11% contained, still very active on the southern and the eastern flank of this fire, especially on the northeastern side of the fire. And we did see expanded evacuations with this one yesterday as well. So now the level 3 go now evacuations include Tollgate and Bingham Springs. This includes a good chunk of Union County as well along Oregon Highway 204. In fact, we still have that closure to Oregon Highway 204 from milepost 0 to 39 from Weston to Elgin. So that is the entire length of the highway. That is a very big deal there. Okay, then the final fire that we'll talk about, at least for now, the Paradise fire burning a little bit further to the north in the Blues. It's a much smaller fire. It's around 3,000 acres, and this is Walla Walla County. This is Columbia County. This is Umatilla County. This is Wallowa County. It's mostly burning on the eastern flank of this fire at this point. We still have those evacuations in place. Level 2B set evacuations in southeastern Walla Walla County, northeastern Umatilla County, and a level 1B ready evacuation for that little slice of Columbia County. You can find much more information about all these fires, including the exact evacuation zones, posted online at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. We'll have more to say about the fires coming up a little bit later in the show.
All right, thank you, Josh. We turn now over into Pasco, where a piece of Pasco's World War II history is expanding its horizons. The Pasco Aviation Museum is taking over a historic Navy hangar. But before families can walk through its doors, Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says there's a lot of work to do before it can take on its new mission.
For decades, this 12,000 square foot World War II hangar sat behind the Pasco Control Tower, off limits to museum visitors.
It's just been something I've always thought would happen. I had prayed for it to happen. I was hopeful it would happen, and it has finally arrived.
Now, the museum finally has the keys after the Port of Pasco unanimously approved the lease transfer.
All the volunteers are very excited, me included. So we're getting ready to start renovating and restoring and turning it into a beautiful place for the community to visit.
And there's plenty of room to fill. The expansion more than doubles the museum's current space, bringing aircraft out of storage and into the spotlight.
So now it's going to be co-located with the museum. So that's one giant step forward for us. And we now have space for other aircraft.
But opening the doors will take money. The museum estimates about $500,000 in upgrades, including restoring the hangar's original fire suppression system.
Fundraising, we're going to try really hard to get the community to participate.
For Bergstrom, this isn't just another building. She grew up here, sweeping floors and washing airplanes as a teenager.
It feels a little bit like home away from home, and I'm very excited to be able to save the hangar along with the tower.
The goal is to open the hangar, giving families a chance to step inside a building that helped anchor Pasco's wartime aviation history.
It's going to be wow. I had no idea that this beautiful building even existed.
A place where the community can experience Pasco's aviation history rather than simply read about it. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Bergstrom says that the goal is to have the hangar open to the public in 2027. Over into Kennewick now, a family is without a home after the Kennewick Fire Department received multiple calls from their neighbors Monday morning. Firefighters were called to the home on South Kent Street just before 6:45. Neighbors saw the house catch fire and called for help. When firefighters got to the scene, they went to work putting out the fire. It took about an hour to make sure the hot spots were out. 4 children and an adult were living in the home at the time.
Yeah, luckily no injuries at all. The home was occupied at the time that the fire started, and all the occupants were able to safely evacuate.
The fire department and the American Red Cross are working together to make sure the family gets the support they need. Officials say the house is a total loss and the cause is under investigation. Over into some sports news this morning. Several Pasco High School athletic facilities are being renovated this summer ahead of the new school year. The gym floor has been completely replaced, along with new lights in the gym. Also being replaced are the tennis courts with fresh concrete and no more cracks. New LED lights are being installed at Edgar Brown Stadium, with a new softball field coming in as well.
It's really bright, especially from last year. It's kind of dim and like yellow in here, so now we get like real view, and it's just beautiful in general.
The court last year was really slippery, so now going into this year, I feel like it will definitely help us with like getting grip on the floor.
These improvements were made possible by a 2023 bond that funded the construction of the new Sageview and Orion High Schools in the Pasco School District. The additional funds remaining have gone towards various school facilities. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, on to keep the topic of school, because back to school season is here, but are kids picking out their favorite pencils or their favorite toys? More on what that means when we return here. Taking a live look out into Kennewick right now. When we return, more for your weather forecast. Yesterday we saw some clearer skies, better air quality than we have seen in the previous weeks. However, it doesn't look like it's going to be staying up going into the other half of this week. Find out more when we return here after this.
This gonna be crazy. Everybody see yeah. Hear that? I love the sound of this game. Everybody see yeah. Hear that? I love the sound of this game.
Celebrity Family Feud, Thursday on ABC. Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
Our valley is resilient because people care about each other.
The Yakima Valley Community Foundation exists to make giving smarter, easier, and impact greater for everyone who calls this community home. We bring together donors, nonprofits, and neighbors with the goal that every corner of the Yakima Valley has the resources needed to thrive.
We wanted our giving to stay local because we can see the difference that it makes. This valley has always depended on the resilience and the gifts of the people around it. We're kind of an isolated area in eastern Washington. The people that are here need to be taking care of each other and cooperating and giving back. And that's what I appreciate about the Yakima Valley Community Foundation. It's a place that helps inspire people to take care of this valley, of the people in it, and that's why I support it.
Together, we can make our valley thrive.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
JCPenney has back-to-school deals on Price Lock. $6 leggings, $8 character t-shirts, and iZod polos. $14 denim. I stocked up myself, not gonna lie. Families deserve deals. Yes, JCPenney.
Join the mission and help us tell men and women with high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes about the UACR urine test. It can help detect kidney damage early and related heart risk. Learn more at detectthesos.com.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
Call 853-2222.
Wednesday, big stars try to win big money for charity.
What's your gut instinct?
We don't know.
And don't miss an ending that no one saw coming.
We're going for $1 million.
The Emmy-winning Millionaire, Wednesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Smoke going to pick up as we head into tomorrow evening, which is obviously very unfortunate. So let's show you how it's going to go down, at least for today. It doesn't look like the smoke's going to be as bad, but we're still expecting the Three Queens fire to flare up a little bit later in the day. Those winds out of the north and west are pushing this plume down towards the south and east. So downwind of there would be the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla. But it definitely gets a lot more interesting for tomorrow, as we're going to have that surface low pressure that's going to pivot from the south. And with that counterclockwise rotation, that's going to bring in surface winds from the north. And so that'll bring the smoke plume to our north down to the south, down into our neck of the woods. So I am expecting a tangible difference with the smoke as we head into tomorrow evening. You're going to smell it, you're going to see it, and the air quality indexes are going to indicate that as well. You can see how to stay safe during bouts of poor air quality and smoky skies by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. You can also track day-by-day temperatures, and thankfully they're not going to be too oppressively hot over these next 7 days. In fact, they're going to be pretty steady and pretty normal for this time of the year. We'll be in the mid-80s by lunchtime in the Tri-Cities and in the low 90s for the warmest part of the day. So in general, 80s and 90s for lower elevations on this Tuesday. Like I said, fairly steady over the next 7 days. Pretty normal stuff for the middle of August. But we got some big time fire concerns ahead of us for many reasons. Wind driven fires, lightning fires possible. I'll talk about it all coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Josh. It is officially back to school season, and you know what that means. Parents and students are heading to stores to shop for new supplies. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz tells you about some of the items that kids want and some that they might need.
It's like my favorite part of the summer besides my birthday.
With classes just a few weeks away, students are gearing up for the new school year. Some say they're keeping it simple, looking to shop for the essentials.
I got a new backpack and lunchbox, and I know the teachers already had the supplies.
Others are excited to buy arts materials for class, such as sketchbooks, stickers, and markers. But there's also one trend that students are excited to bring to school this fall.
I'll give you a hint, it has nothing to do with school supplies.
What are you asking your mom for?
A dumpling and just like dumpling stuff.
Like the squishy little foam ball fidgets. Those, they don't have insides, so they can't explode, and they're really nice, and teachers enjoy them too.
I don't really like the squishy trends as much because they kind of annoy me because some of the people are weird.
So that's what the kids want, but what do they actually need? Several students across the area are in need of supplies for the new school year. The Pasco Chamber of Commerce, who has ran a supply drive for the past 4 years, says that essential items like backpacks and notebooks are some of their biggest needs. It comes as the cost of several items have increased by a lot over the past year, such as lunchboxes and paper products. While physical items are a huge need, the Chamber is also asking for monetary donations.
People often forget about the middle school and the high school students. So what we try to do is get Visa gift cards or cash donations, however anybody feels comfortable doing it, so that we can pay for sports, ASBs, for the kids that want to do after-school activities, but they can't afford it.
The Chamber is accepting donations at its office in Pasco through the end of the month, as well as at several businesses across the Tri-Cities, which you can find at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
Several other school supplies drives are planned throughout the month across the region. Coming up here on Good Morning Northwest, when we return, we are still in alert days. Taking a live look out into Kennewick right now. As you can see, the air quality has been pretty good as of yesterday, the best we've seen in a while. However, it looks like we're going to have some more smoke concerns going into this second half of the week. More on that when we return.
Here in the Valley, caring for what matters most is simply a part of who we are. Because women's health isn't just one moment in life, it's every chapter. Preventative screenings and care designed for women at every stage of life. From first visits to motherhood and beyond, thoughtful care from the people who call this valley home. We're here for every step along the way. Start your journey today at kvhealthcare.org, your home for women's health.
At Denver Mattress, we're working overtime, working the line 24/7, stocking shelves, putting the finishing touches on the biggest Labor Day sale of all time. Save up to $500 on our factory direct lineup or score a $300 gift with any Tempur-Pedic. Check out the Colorado for only $6 a month, the Buena Vista for only $14 a month, and save an extra $100 on every 1,000 you spend, plus free shipping. The Labor Day sale on now at Denver Mattress. Ooh, I need a break.
Now at McDonald's, the under $3 menu gives people what matters most. More options.
And when the option is a McChicken for just $2, it feels absolutely necessary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Hayden Homes Summer Concert Series at the ICCU stage returns August 25th through 29th, featuring country rock hitmaker Brantley Gilbert, multi-platinum rock band Skillet, country favorite Lee Brice, hip-hop icon Ice-T, with the Art of Rap featuring DJ Evil E and DJ Kevy Kev Rockwell, hosted by Mick Benzo and regional Mexican star El Jerry, Gerardo Coronel. Get your tickets today at BentonFranklinFair.com. BentonFranklinFair.com. And join us for the best week of summer, August 25th through 29th.
Don't be worried or overwhelmed with moving into a retirement home. Piper Barton is your turnkey resource for premier 55-plus communities. From repairs and packing to prepping, listing, and selling your current home, all managed with white glove care. Piper Barton delivers quality resources and smooth timelines. You can expect discretion, clarity, and results from start to sold. Sit down and have a simple conversation with Piper Barton about next steps today.
It's time to lose your generic weather app. Scan this QR code to download the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app, the app you need from the team you trust.
The Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app. Only one station is on your side. Apple Valley News Now.
Only one station is on your side. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have alert days galore in front of us for multiple reasons. Let's get right into it. There's going to be the potential for wind-driven fires in the valleys over the next couple days. So it's critically dry out there for lower elevations, level 4 out of 5 on our scale. And with those wind gusts, specifically for the Kittitas and the upper Yakima valleys, anywhere between 25 to 35 miles per hour for today. Pretty much a carbon copy as we head into tomorrow as well. But personally, I'm a lot more concerned about the lightning fire potential, which we'll talk about in just a second. But here's how to sign up for emergency alerts in Oregon, oralert.gov, for Washington County's mil.wa.gov/alerts/local. Could quite literally save your life over these coming days. Okay, now on to the lightning fire potential for Wednesday through Sunday at least, especially for the mountains and for the foothills. So we'll have that potential for lightning over critically dry fuels. And yes, the fuels will indeed be critically dry. Level 4 out of 5 across the map as indicated by the red color. And then with the lightning chances, those are going to come from this area of low pressure, which is over the desert southwest right now. But this is monsoonal moisture. This is just going to continue to flow into our region from Wednesday through Sunday at least. So we'll just kind of step you through these lightning chances day by day. Remember, the key threshold is 20%. Once lightning chances hit that, then the chances for lightning fires start to become a lot more tangible. So we'll see that for tomorrow in the upper Yakima Basin of the Cascades, also for portions of the lower Columbia Basin into the Spokane Valley. For Thursday, looks like it would mainly be concentrated in the Cascades in the upper Yakima Basin. For Friday, now we're sharing the wealth a little bit more. Both the Cascades and the Blues. Saturday is probably going to be the most concerning day, as look at this, even the foothills of Walla Walla County getting those 20% lightning chances. And then by Sunday, it looks like most of this has shifted over to the blue. So if we can get through that without any additional fire starts, it would be a miracle. We'll see how it pans out though. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Hazy Tuesday, smoky Wednesday, but the smoke especially picks up Wednesday evening. In Yakima, gusty with critically dry fuels through Wednesday, especially dangerous during the evenings. And then for Ellensburg, smoky due to the Three Queens fire, also some dangerous valley winds through Wednesday. And then for Hermiston, hazy today and tomorrow, then a chance for thunderstorms on Saturday. Finally for Walla Walla, smoke picking up by Wednesday evening, then the alert day on Saturday for the chance of lightning fires.
Now, the morning sprint.
The Yakima Police Department officers and Yakima County Sheriff Office deputies responded to BMO Bank for a report of an armed person. Police arrived at the scene shortly after the report and surrounded the building. Police and deputies ordered the suspect to come out of this building, and the suspect is in custody now. This is still a developing situation. People who live along people who live along North 57th Street in Terrace Heights, they say they have been experiencing illegal activity for years. The area is seeing a lot of illegal activity. Tire marks from drag races, graffiti, and trash are just some of the concerns residents are dealing with. The city and county has yet to address these concerns to the public. Also, the city of Toppenish is moving forward with its search for a new city manager following the departure of former city manager Dan Ford. Right now, city officials say a consultant is working with city council and staff to identify the city's current needs and challenges, along with what they want to see in Toppenish's next city manager. The Yakima Basin is still dealing with the effects of a water drought for the 4th year in a row now. The Bureau of Reclamation says the Yakima Basin is still dealing with the effects of a low winter snowpack, which means there isn't enough water available to fully meet everyone's irrigation needs. Farmers and irrigators with senior water rights are expected to receive their full water supply. Several Pasco High School athletic facilities are being renovated this summer ahead of the new school year. The gym floors and the tennis courts have been replaced. New LED lights are being installed at Edgar Brown Stadium, with a new softball field coming in as well. In your national headlines this morning, federal contractors have started using heavy machinery to clean out land in Big Bend National Park. It's part of the early stages of a border security project that's drawn heavy security. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says it's planning for about 200 miles of patrol roads and detention technology. CBP says it does not plan to build a 30-foot bollard wall in the park like it does in other parts of the Big Bend region. Beyond the national park, CBP has awarded billions more to contractors to build border barriers across the expansive Big Bend region. The Rocky Canyon fire is getting bigger, and so are the concerns of many Utah residents. Officials say the blaze has expanded to cause the entire town of Hennifer to evacuate. Thunderstorms and heavy wind gusts are fanning the flames, posing problems for fire crews. A shelter has been set up at a meeting house in Colville. The fire was determined to have been started by a person, although an official cause has not yet been released. Business news this morning, Amazon is building a new AI data center in Texas that could become the most polluting power plant in the U.S. The tech giant says the data center in Pecos County will have its own natural gas burning power plant. The new plant will be permitted to release 33 million tons of carbon dioxide a year, according to regulatory records. No other power plant in the U.S. releases that large of an amount of planet-warming gases. An Amazon spokesperson said the facility won't raise electricity costs for Texas families. Thousands of lawsuits against social media platforms alleging they are addictive and harmful can proceed. That's the ruling Monday from a U.S. appeals court, which dismissed Meta and TikTok's appeals, saying they were filed too early in the process. The court also denied Meta's request to postpone a trial over claims they used data from children to keep them on its platforms. In your health headlines this morning, President Donald Trump is reducing the number of vaccinations recommended for children. Through a new executive order, the administration's new policy recommends only 12 vaccines, including chickenpox, tetanus, HPV, and polio. The MMR vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella, but it will now be split into 3 vaccines given at 3 different times. RSV and hepatitis vaccines will only be recommended for high-risk groups, and the annual flu shot and COVID are left for doctors and patients to decide on together. The FDA wants food manufacturers to provide better information about the ingredients they use. A newly proposed plan will require them to do so. Multiple federal agencies are currently working to develop a framework for what qualifies as ultra-processed. Sports news this morning, the NCAA and FBI are teaming up to help college athletes protect themselves from online sexual exploitation. The partnership will focus on so-called sextortion, where hackers access private images and use them to blackmail or exploit victims. The NCAA will educate athletes on how to protect their personal information and connect victims with support. The effort comes a year after a former Michigan football staffer was accused of stealing thousands of images and videos of athletes. Sunday, the Seattle Mariners celebrated 50 years of baseball. The Seattle Mariners' first season was in 1977, and their celebration included honoring iconic and posthumous players. Current players have also worn 50th year patches on their uniforms this season.
And then they got swept by the Rays. All right, well, 7-Up is giving its classic lemon lime soda a new twist.
The brand is permanently reformulating its recipe for the first time in 15 years. It's slightly reducing the lemon to create a more lime-forward taste.
The updated recipe will also roll out in cherry 7-Up and zero sugar versions beginning in mid-August. Parent company Keurig Dr. Pepper, says the change is aimed at younger consumers.
Yeah, and company research showed that 72% of Gen Z and Gen Alpha drinkers prefer citrus-forward flavors like lime. I don't know, are you a lime flavor enthusiast?
Back in the day, all we had in my house was Sprite. That was the only soda we could have.
Sprite is like a perfect go-to.
Well, now I can't drink it anymore because it was too much.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see. So would you be okay with this lime drink? No. I say no either because I personally like the more lemony taste.
Yeah. Also, Keurig Dr. Pepper, when did they combine forces?
I don't know. We got to look at that.
That deserves its own story.
All right. Well, up next here on Good Morning Northwest at 6, a police standoff at a bank in Yakima. What happened and what we know now. Plus, the city of Yakima experiencing their 4th consecutive drought. And going into this Tuesday, Josh, what are we looking at?
We are looking at some more dangerous fire weather for the valleys over the next couple days, and then some big-time concerns when it comes to the potential of lightning fires. Also, the smoke, our good friend the smoke, coming back for tomorrow evening. We'll talk about all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.